Hello everybody. Lumus here from Failing at Gaming, and we're back to Risk of Rain. So this is the bounty hunter running across there. Probably the last character I played. Doesn't make me feel good seeing him. How's everybody doing tonight? Mercenary. I keep calling him the bounty hunter for some reason. It just got stuck in my head. I look drained? Do I? What's up, me? What's up with me, Miki? You're the doctor, I suppose you'd know. Hey, how are you doing, Miki? You having a good evening? Just look tired. I'm usually tired, to be fair. Man, maybe I am tired. My eyes are kinda stinging. I didn't notice it until you pointed it out, but I'm actually exhausted. So thanks for drawing attention to that. Explaining your medical skill, I didn't even notice it myself. I'll take the healing item. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Actually, I probably do know what it is. Just, you might have seen on Discord, I've got some news about my my health stuff coming up. I've got to go into work and talk about my health condition that's been keeping me off work for a while. And, it should be okay, but nonetheless I feel a little bit like I'm going to be visiting a firing squad, you know? Nervous. Don't worry about it, Miki. It shouldn't even be a big deal, except I'm not very good at talking to people. Got real bad social skills, so I always get nervous when I'm going to have to engage in a conversation. But it should all be fine. It's nothing to worry about. Just don't like thinking about it. But yeah, when you worry about stuff, it gets to you, right? You sleep the same amount of time and feel less rested. It's probably that. Nothing to worry about. At least at the end of this week I'll have gotten some news and I'll know where things stand a little better. Can plan my life a little more. Is there a way for me to get up there? I don't think there is. Maybe that... Can I get up there using this this spring? Will this go high enough? Ah, it will. Nice. Yeah, those poor medical skills, taking one glance at me and knowing exactly what's up. This is why you're the doctor. Reminds me of last time I was donating blood. Is that the bouncing brain? Oh, it's the squib. I think I might stick with the Samarang? I don't know. The Samarang doesn't do a lot for the for a 45-second cooldown. I'd have it, what, diagnosing people from a single glance? Yeah, last time I went to give blood, I was like sat at the table afterwards with my orange juice and biscuits, and one of the nurses ran up to me and was like, "Sir, I think you better lie down immediately." and dragged me over to the bed, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I feel absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong. Oh, there go my organs. Long story short, I'm not allowed to give blood anymore. But yeah, they noticed me starting to black out well before I realized. Which is pretty impressive, I think. I think we'll activate this. And we'll head up to see what other stuff we can get. Sometimes. I mean, I imagine I probably just went very pale or something. Whoop, I'm about to die. Please leave me alone. Oh, we got it. Cool. Those squibs annihilated that thing. I guess because it's so big, they all hit it. But that's a rough opponent with the Enforcer. So the Enforcer, not super fast. And that thing just follows you around everywhere, so you basically end up sat inside it. Using skills charges up to a huge laser blast. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I wonder if it's a new one that I unlocked. What, every time I do something fancy, there's a invisible meter that goes up? And at the end of it I get laser? Oh, fuck my shield down in the wrong direction. I've got a sudden glow around me. I don't know if that's the laser. Yeah, that seemed to be the laser. Did that look like a laser to you guys? 'Cause it looked like a laser to me. Haven't donated blood before. Like, don't let my horror story put you off. I mean, honestly, it was absolutely fine. It's not as scary as it sounds. Kind of stings, but basically they just plug a thing into your arm and you lie there for 15 minutes. Then they give you orange juice and biscuits. And you feel kind of wrecked for a couple of hours after, but it's not like a huge deal. $67, that's an odd number. I feel bad that I can't give blood anymore because I'm O negative, the universal donor, so like, good blood to be giving. Yeah, apparently my body didn't handle it well. Killed something 4 miles away there. Can we get to that thing over there? Ow! We couldn't. I'll take the retaliation orb. Yeah, giving blood feels weird and spooky, but it's not actually that bad. I'd encourage people to give it a go. Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I mean, obviously if giving blood's gonna make me sick, that defies the whole point of giving blood. You give blood so there's less sick people. But still, it's a shame, right? I'm thinking about asking if they'd let me give blood again, because when I gave blood before I was quite severely underweight, and that's quite possibly why I had a bad reaction. And you know, much fatter these days. But these days I'm on all kinds of tablets, so they probably still wouldn't let me. If I can come off my tablets, I'll ask them if I can give blood again. Here. Guardian's Heart. It's a pretty good one. Okay, there's the teleporter. Don't know how much more of this level there is left. I guess we can activate it. I think we've explored most of this level. Ah, you don't meet the requirements for donating? Fair enough. Like with me then. It's a shame, but it can't be helped. It goes a lot further than I thought it would. This is actually a fairly big level. Hopefully I can afford all of the stuff. This is the standstill fungus? I'll take it. Maybe stacks well with this character. It's the character that can stand still whilst fighting reasonably well. Ah, there was a life shrine. No, I can't get it. Probably for the best. I shouldn't be allowed to use life shrines. I always give too much. Ooh. Got that greed. Drone this is. Just a regular drone? Nah. Wouldn't mind a healing drone. Attack drone. Okay, I think we might have unlocked everything actually. Critical hits heal you. Decent. We just need some crit items. We checked across there, right? Okay, enemies up top. I feel like I'm ending each of these levels with lots of money and nowhere to spend it. Oh, there's actually some stuff in there. Let me go that way. Let's go see what treasures we can find. Ooh, a plasma chain. Not bad. Wow. All those fireworks we launched from opening containers killed all the enemies on the level. I guess that saves us a bunch of time. Yeah. It's the Tesla coil item I picked up. It zaps nearby enemies. But yeah, I can see that. It's like little constellations. All connected together. Oh wow, I don't feel safe being this far underwater while it's spewing lightning everywhere. Some part of me feels like maybe that's not safe. Not the best idea we've ever had. I feel like there's a possibility that having this much electricity underwater might not be smart. I both love it and hate it when games do that. And in Invigante we do that all the time. Give ourselves some sort of electric power, and then we jump in the water and it just fries us. Oh, heck, like in the old Sonic games. Oh, a drone repair kit. Start buying drones. I wish I'd bought those drones from the other level now. If I'd known I was going to get this, we want as many drones as possible. Yeah, in the old Sonic games, if you had an electric shield and you jumped in water to just short out. Wouldn't fry you, fortunately. So you'd lose the shield. It looks like there aren't any drones on this level. A bit of a shame now that we've got the drone thingy. Laser, please. Fire the laser! Fire the laser! Where's the laser not firing? Drop a poison trap at low health. Know what I was actually trying to get. Oh boy. No, no, no! Oh my gosh. Oh, I survived. Oh. That's why this character is so spooky. Once you find yourself in a in a fight that you can't win, you also don't get out of the fight very easily. Dead man's foot. Yep. Drops a poison trap when I'm injured. This seems normal. Why wouldn't you carry around a dead man's foot that poisons people when you get hurt? I assume it's a reference to a dead man's hand? Which is a machine that turns itself on if you don't turn it off often enough. Or vice versa. Like trains, if the driver doesn't press a button like every 5 minutes or something, they'll just stop themselves. Just in case the driver's passed out or something. Oh, that's what it was. Come on, let's turn this thing on. Yeah, we're getting some use out of the dead man's foot here. Oh. Heal on kills, nice, but I'm stuck. Ooh. Yeah, this is a spooky character to play as. You've got absolutely no escape when things start going badly. Spike strip, okay, cool. And we got some sort of devil thing. Cut off the head of the snake and the body lives on. Cool, we got something. I don't know what that does. Maybe it's an extra life? Oof. That laser's amazing. Have I never had that before? Heal outside of combat, and some extra fireworks. Accept all of those. Oh hey, that last enemy that we couldn't find teleported up. Oh, no? Oh, is that what the thing does? The Overlord's Tentacle. It summons demons to protect me? Since that guy's apparently on my side. Man, there weren't any drones on this level. I picked up the drone item because I wanted to get lots of drones. Nothing. There were a load of drones on the last level. If only I'd gotten this sooner. Got myself a little demon friend, yeah. Satan's little helper. Okay, well we found the teleporter. Let's maybe explore a little more before we start messing around with that. Let's see what's in this chest. First aid kit, not bad. Is that gonna be enough for the other chest? Not even close. We'll probably get the other chest when we come back for the teleporter. I wonder if there's anything down here. Oh, there is. That surprises me. I thought I was going to die doing that. Or at least take damage. Oh, more evil bats. Okay, nothing over here. Yeah, I thought I'd be falling up the bottom of the screen and respawning at the start, as one does. But no, there's actual floor down there. What a nice surprise. Oh, a drone. A really expensive drone. There's not the slightest hope of me affording that. Not anytime soon, anyway. Maybe by the time we've killed the boss. What does it do? A flame drone. I mean, it sounds cool. I like that the bottom of the rope is red where it's been heated up by the lava. It's a nice touch. Alright, what have we got here? First aid kit. I actually wanted that first item, but I was too slow to get it. I think that was the area poison effect. Seems pretty good on a tank. Whoop. I accidentally fired the laser by putting my shield down. I'm on fire. I'd like to get enough money together for... Ooh. Okay, teleporting bison. It's a little spooky. Okay, that's enough. We can go buy that drone now, then we can go activate the teleporter. Afford that just yet though. Objective: stay alive. Oh boy. Mate is not one of the ones you can just ignore. The daily objective, yeah. Today I shall not die. Today I shall not die, even if I'm attacked by a giant lava turtle shooting artillery at me. Actually, that's a bit of a tall order. I might die a little bit if that happens. Not too much, though. We got a lot of money out. Now we just need like a golden gun or something. Get stronger the more money you've got. These remaining enemies 3 and I only see 2 enemies. Bet you the last one is like halfway across the map. Oh, I've fallen in the lava. Come along, demon friend. What's up, Buzz? We've got no description? What do you mean, no description? What has broken this time? Against a lava turtle. Staying alive. Staying alive. For the stream? Nope. Oh, there's like no stream title? One moment while I check this. Huh. You're right, we don't. That's weird because I put one in. There we go. That should fix it. Thanks for catching that, Versum. So how are you doing this evening? Exclamation mark title, I think? I don't know. I may have forgotten the command myself. Oh look, another toolbox. Sass is back, but you're coping. Oh. Fired at me. What day is tomorrow? What day is today? I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow, am I not? Unless I've got my days really muddled up. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow, dude. The little demon friend, he's great. Alright, what can we get here? There we go. A little late for an infusion, but never bad. An infusion is never a bad thing. I actually think I'm actually starting to think that maybe an early infusion is a trap. Sure, those stats help you much later on, but early you need some flat stats that will get you set up. Just hammered the first thing there because I was mid-combat. Yeah, we do need to look at when we can film next, but I don't know when that will be. That's 3 smart shoppers, okay. Enforcer is scary? In what way? In the every time I get myself into trouble, I've got no way of escaping kind of way, because that's the way it feels like. I'm stuck, jump, jump! Oh yeah, so frail. That is what you were saying, okay. I thought you were saying that the Enforcer was a good class. But no, the Enforcer is startlingly squishy. Definitely doing some running, Miki. Like, the Enforcer's dressed up like a tank, but they don't fight like one. Not a lot of health, and when you get into trouble, you don't run very fast. Let me get this and go. Oh, so I forgot. I need to actually pick up the items, don't I? Well, my laser's almost ready. Yeah, the shield up completely blocks attacks from the front. But you can easily get swarmed in this game with enemies on every side. And also, when you've got your shield up, you are very slow and cannot jump. And if you get into trouble with your shield up, you are basically done for. 2 crowbars, meh. I don't know how crazy I am about double damage, extra damage to an uninjured opponent. For most of the fight, the enemy will be injured. Okay, come on, charge that shield. That health up there. Okay, grab the next shrine and then we can leave here, hopefully. Oh boy, I'm dead. That was not worth it. I thought I could just grab them and run, but your health disappears like instantly as the Enforcer. I probably had enough stuff here to do well on the boss as well. I shouldn't have greeded for more items. I feel like I'm playing worse now than I did when I first started playing this game. When I first started playing, I knew I was terrible at the game and played that way. Played carefully. Now I've forgotten that I'm terrible at this game, and I keep thinking I can do things, and those things get me in trouble. sure why there's a Windows boot up noise when you level up. What does that signify? Anyway, bounty hunter time. This should be fairly short, and then we'll go back to playing the Enforcer. Okay, stockpile of stuff. Enemies dropping no gold. Yeah, I don't know when I'm next going to be able to film those. Man, there's drones everywhere on this level. Why did I have no drones on the last run when I got the drone repair kit? And this time, no drone repair kit, but 1,000,000 drones. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, it's just this Thursday. Normally I'd say this Thursday as an option, but I gotta be up early Friday. Then I'm already filming this Sunday. So maybe sometime next week. You've been practicing? That worries me. How much have you broken the spirit of the Let's Play? Have you bested all of the secret levels with every character? And next time we play, you'll be able to tell me exactly what to do in every situation. Died repeatedly but discovered the nicest badass. Okay. What's your cool knight build then? Did we get everything over here? I think we did. So you've been talking all the time. You've been talking about the wildling. I've been kind of thinking, if it was me being the tank, I'd be playing the knight. I mean, Berserk is good, but Berserk is real good, but it's like the only thing the wildling has. He has a new sword spinning technique. Okay. I mean, I guess all the characters are valid. Open jump equals Sonic the Hedgehog jump, so okay. You got a little of this going on. It does sound interesting. I'll look forward to seeing your night play then. Alright, I think it's time we went and activated the teleporter. Classic mage and knight combo. We can pull that off. Oh my gosh. Why is it always the magma worm with this guy? Last time I played this guy, I fought the magma worm twice. Like in a row. I've got basically nothing that can hurt the magma worm. Okay, I'm gonna have to run away until enemies stop spawning. Okay, I guess that did quite a bit of damage. Wait, it's not convenient to be fighting an enemy made out of lava with a sword. Got it. Don't worry, I did lots of running. Okay, we didn't buy the 50 back there, did we? So we need to hold on to at least 50 coins. 50 space dollars. The rest we can spend on drones? Build up a fleet. Nice to have the repair kit now, but oh well. I feel like I'm doing a lot more damage with this character suddenly. Maybe they buffed it in response to my criticisms. Also, we got an achievement. Nice. That means we unlocked something. Yeah, I got a something. Oh, the incredible something power. I think there were more drones earlier on, but I'm not sure. And I don't know if it's worth going back for them. Oh, leeching seed. That should be good. Maybe we just move on. This character's real slow. I wouldn't mind that missile launcher. Head stompers. jumping around. Melee. Ooh. No. I want it. There we go. I can't afford it. Life is pain. Oh, there go both my drones. I'll take the question mark. Crit dice. Go on, I'll take some crit dice. Okay, there's that missile launcher. Still an item in the middle. Right, we'll grab the item in the middle, we'll drop down the left, and then we'll go across the bottom floor, I guess. Okay, see you in a bit, Miki. Thanks for stopping by. It was cool talking to you. Oh, there's the teleporter. Oh, so we had to come back this way anyway. A little bit of a wasted journey. Oh well. This goes down further than I thought it would. Missile drone, huh? Ooh, an infusion. Okay. Alright, what can we get out of this shrine? Gasoline. Okay, I'll buy the piggy bank, I think. Gotta be down the other side for the piggy bank. We're still relatively early on, so there's plenty of time for the piggy bank to get us money and stuff that we need. I think I'll stick with my missiles, so I've got a ranged attack. Chunks of healing meat. Fine, I guess. Okay. I can make that. Oh, my thing wasn't recharged. Nope. From here, maybe? No. No, you get there from up here. I can look. Whatever terrible mysteries there are along here, we can explore them. A health shrine. And a monster tooth, not a bad thing. Fire shield I can work with. Okay, we'll go, everywhere. Activate the teleporter. And we'll go run down to that shrine again. And dump the rest of the money into that. So did Sass enjoy her trip? What we got? Look, again. It's the second time I've gotten the magma worm twice in a row as this dude. Okay. I think I managed to poison it though. The thing I didn't realize was possible. Oh, wow. My health just vanished there. I didn't even notice the dying. Thought I was okay for a little longer. But hey, now this thing drops, whatever it is. A shuriken? Magma worm can't... Wait, magma worm can't hurt you on ladders? Seriously? That's weird. It just passes harmlessly through you? That or just try dodging its moves. I mean, I couldn't dodge its moves because I was a melee character. I had to be inside it. I was using my iframes. I don't think it was the magma worm that killed me. I think it was the enemies swarming around me. But yeah, if you're playing as the wait, only does damage at ground level? In mid-air, I didn't know that. I didn't know any of these things. I thought it was just if you made contact with it. Then it did damage. Which is like I was acting as though it was impossible to beat as a melee character. The more you know. Don't take a mortar tube. There's an electric one? Spoilers, dude. I never dreamed of such a imagining. Even though in retrospect, I think I might have fought it at one point and been like, cool, there's alternate versions of this. I feel like I can almost picture it. But I've completely forgotten that it existed. You need to keep closer track of what I do and do not remember. These two characters are like the squishiest, and I can't get anything going on either of them. Like, you zone out for 1 second, and they're dead. And do you know what I'm bad at? It's not zoning out. I spend most of my life in a state of being zoned out. And that's when I don't have a chat to talk to. Out of combat healing? Yeah, with most characters I'd agree it's the easiest boss. The multi-segments mean it's quite easy to just burst it down. That kind of didn't feel all that fair. Well, little imps. Is there more stuff to the... have we explored the left side of the map yet? I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to put my glasses on, my eyes are burning. Let's give this a go. Okay, that's pretty textbook. I feel like that guy might be the easiest boss with most characters. He's slow enough that you can just kite him. Oh, I guess I did go all the way to the left here. See, the really painful part about this game... Oh my gosh. Night in particular is I got a really good run with loads of items first time through with this guy. And like, I couldn't beat the game with him then. Can I do it now where I'm not getting a whole lot? I had a death laser by this point. First time tonight. I don't know what a good build is on this guy, though. First glance, it feels like he's got everything, and then I start playing him and it's like, oh, actually, he's got nothing. Maybe I'm just using the shield badly, since I mostly use it when I want burst fire rather than when I want defense. But honestly, it doesn't seem to defend super well. Enemy attacks go around it a lot. Fungal Haven. I'll come back this way. That's hard with the floor up there. I'll come back this way. No idea how to make the enforce work. Yeah, me neither. I don't... Like, dream build, I don't know what I'd put on this guy. I mean, I don't know if I'd count using artifacts as beating the game, which is my goal. Well, maybe I could learn more about the character using artifacts. What works and what doesn't work. I don't know what artifacts I've got, I've not really looked at them. Do I've got any that make the game easier or harder? The one where you choose which item you get sounds pretty interesting. Like to practice what works on a character. Figure out your builds, but... Hey, I don't know if I've got that one. And B, maybe it's not especially eligible in practice because... I mean, you don't get to choose your items that much. It's the odd shop. But... for the most part, you take what you're given. Level up Death Zone. Make some money. I'm not gonna make it back to that chest, am I? Faster at lower health, okay. It's never a bad one. Like that with a leech seed or something, which we don't have. Oh, there's the teleporter. We've fully explored... there's that health shrine that we've not fully tapped yet, though. gonna go see if we can get the health shrine before I activate the teleporter. Man, I wish a red whip was starting gear on every character. This takes so long. Have we been on this floor? Apparently. Well, maybe not, but there's nothing here. Yeah, it takes so long to get anywhere. It's almost like part of the premise of this game is that time is a resource. Alright, let's get back and turn that teleporter on. Ancient Wisp. It's all the way up there. Weird place for it to spawn. Doesn't look like it's up here anymore. Oh, there it is. Kinda hoping some of those would hit the Ancient Wisp, not gonna lie. Alright. I'll keep moving until the timer runs down. Okay. This other drone while we're here. I didn't notice what kind of drone it was. I assume it wasn't healing, otherwise I would have bought it before. Just an attack drone? Do. Alright, let's see what we can do about this wisp situation. chunky. Whisper. I had a whisper in a while. I had most things in a while. I don't eat a lot of chocolate. I don't know if I'd even like Whisper these days. They're like milk chocolate. I mostly have dark chocolate. But I remember liking them as a kid. The downside to the upside to liking dark chocolate better than milk chocolate is you get the same great taste, but it's better for you. The downside is like all the famous chocolate bars are milk chocolate. There is not. Go to a corner store and look for dark chocolate bars and stuff. There's not a lot going. Ask the cashier and they'll be like, you'll have to go to a specialty store if you want that stuff, creep. But then the other upside of liking dark chocolate is that makes it hard to snack. That's why dark chocolate is healthier, because it's harder to find. Oh goody, a really cool item that I probably won't be able to get. Never mind, we got it. Does this thing actually have a backblast? If it did, that would be a huge improvement. I'd fire it for the back blast alone. I suppose we're already in an environmental suit because the air is probably not breathable, etc., etc. This is one of the few games that can get away with the main character being able to breathe underwater. How much was that chest back there? Can we go get it now? I don't think we're gonna have a reason to come back this way later, so we might as well get it now if we can. For like 300? Those things are pure luck. My brain doesn't work fast enough for me to get an item I want. But not gonna grumble about that one. Guardian's Heart is awesome. Oh, there goes one of my drones. I could do some regeneration is what I could do. Alright, well if we're getting any more from that, it's going to be later. My health. Why so squishy? Oh, get out of there. There's a lot of risk of death for an item that I don't really want. Well, not even don't really want. An item I straight up don't want. I'll activate this. I don't think there's going to be that much more to this level. I was gonna stand on that platform and shoot him for a while, but right now there's a lot of guys there. Almost got an infusion now, which would have been nice. But I'll take the goat suit. Bad one. Oh, no! Feels like every time I play as the Enforcer, I get to a point where I get hit by some seemingly unassuming enemy. 3/4 of my health goes. I drop my shield and try and retreat, but I almost instantly die. I just can't play this character worth a dang. Alright, back to the Mercenary. The only character I'm worse at than the Enforcer. Maximize time spent invincible. I only promise to try. Go back when I have more gold, I guess. So it's the combo here to dash, do a move, dash, do a move, dash, do a move. I have to admit, I've not been using the dash very much because it's felt quite underpowered. Oh. I always forget there's a weird bit of floor there that you just fall through. Which I'm like 65% sure is a bug. Even knowing it's there, I can't say anything different about that spot. Okay, early goat's hoof, not bad. Can work with that. Slightly frustrating, because there goes my quick way back to the shrine. I think this is going to be a better item overall. Oh, that's a really awkwardly placed little shrine. I'm not gonna lie, the other one looked a lot more convenient. There's so many imp shrines on this level. Come on, drone, help me get these imps. Get them all? Oh, a red whip, nice. We actually got all those. Oh, a leeching seed, perfect. I feel like the character is desperate for a leeching seed. Get a little cut and take going. Broken? Okay. Another redwood. Huh. If I got this. Oh, I've got the infected. Okay. That's what's poisoning him. Oh? Best cold. I'm not sure what we just picked up, but since it was a boss item, I feel like we should give it a go. The Sword Blade's fun, but it's not amazing. Oh, it does the orb attack that the Vagrant has. Okay, that's cool. Handles a lot like the missile launcher, but it's maybe a little better. Looks like the cooldown's quite short. 22, yeah. It's basically the missile launcher with a really short cooldown. Did we get all of the shrines? I think we did. That's kind of cool. Maybe we can make this run work. We don't get squished too soon. Oh, I already found the teleporter. Maybe I'll see a doorbell. Question mark. Missile launcher. Nope. Should have taken the other thing that I dismissed as useless, but already can't remember what it was in any case. Ooh, more barbed wire. Nice. Well, actually just one barbed wire. Oh, my cheap, terrible drone broke. It's absolutely a game changer. See, now that I've got two red whips, this character handles like I feel like he should handle from the beginning. Faster at lower health. Okay, I think we might have gotten everything. There's a shrine down here. I'll activate the teleport and then lurk around the shrine, I guess. As best we can. Come on, I need one more coin. Alright, give me a thing. Nothing. terrible wisp. Secret, nice. Expect to see time get stopped a lot. No, that's no use to me. Suppose we can go recover our drone. Enemies too. Where's the other one? Down here somewhere? Oh, there you are. Guess I missed you, buddy. Alright. I'm gonna take a quick break there because I just need to go close the animals up. So I'll be back in 5 minutes or so. See you all soon. It's actually a lot lighter outside than I thought it would be. It's summertime, I guess. Anyway, the animals are still running around having fun, so I decided to leave them. They've had their food and stuff, so I just need to pop down and close all the doors in an hour. Fun getting back up there. You need to though, because there's lots of stuff. So many missile launchers. The game's giving me tons and tons of use items that I can't use. Jetpack. Not bad to have. Another leeching seed, nice. Durability comes up from our ability to carve health out of enemies, I guess. Ooh, wow. 31 on that one. A whole bunch of drones over here. Attack drone, laser drone. Love a healing drone. Got any of those in stock? there. Aha! Guardian's Heart, that's going to be pretty nice to have. Another laser drone. I'm not sure what keeps doing damage to them. Is it just my lightning aura lingering in places? Oh, my health. Okay, obviously time I wasn't there anymore. The enemy's built up enough. There's more stuff left over here than I thought. Maybe it wasn't super smooth activating that thing so early. Okay, some bitter root, not bad. Got bitter root and teddy bear. Teddy bear is probably better for us. Oh. Well. But they stack together better than individually. Like the effects are multiplicative. I was hoping more would spawn up here. So I seem to remember there's some treasure chests. I thought we've just got enough, I suppose. Double jump, nice. Now we'll have to come back for that. Excuse me. want to be down there. Oh, my health. It squishes me so easily. I do have the standstill mushroom, I guess. See if we can get out of the shrine first. And hoping for the crit butterfly to go up rather than getting an item there. We got it up to 2, but I feel like it has to be that. I feel like at 3 is the point where you say, yeah, the crit's more useful than the items. It's gonna be cool when we start playing on regular mode and we can unlock lore entries for some of these things. I'm just looking at Ifrit, Scion of the Infernal King. But who is he? 654? Are you serious? Is the Infernal King the guy we fight as the final boss? Most of these enemies seem like weird, terrifying space monsters, but he seems like something different. Actually, I want more lore on all of these, but it'd be kind of cool if we never learned anything about him. Do you think the company would tell us why that guy is in their storehold? Why they had him locked up and were transporting him? Or whatever the heck was going on there? I don't think they'd tell us. Not even after all we've been through. Something too weird is going on there. Really expensive. The shrine's gone a real long time without breaking. Oh, it's this guy. He does things with walls. I think he's all about trapping us in with other enemies, except there are no other enemies. Yeah, this guy doesn't fight well on his own. I guess he's more of a commander. Yeah, another jump. Nice. I can fix this drone again. How wonderful. Where that off to? Hive cluster. Deep undergrowth. Appear to be leaving a trail of blood in my wake. Not sure which one of my items is doing that. I already found the teleporter. Bunch of things I can't afford. back for most of them, I guess. Feels a waste fighting one of those without an infusion. Is that price up part of the Fibonacci sequence or a variant thereof? Where the next price is the previous two prices added together. Like if the first one's 100 and the second one's 200, the third one is 300? And then 500? And then 800? That did seem to match up. Although I've not been paying that close attention to the numbers. This doesn't seem to be a very big level. Guess we can activate the teleporter. Just hang out near these treasures. Dash and spin and dash and spin. So the advice section where it tells you how to play a character turns out actually useful. You gotta string your combo together as this guy. I never anticipated reading the how to play this character section could actually help. But bizarrely and against all expectations, it does. I know, I'm as surprised as you guys. This guy could burst me down pretty quick. Don't like that very much. If he's content to stay down there, though, I can pop some mushrooms. And then at least my inevitable death will be entertaining. Okay, we got him. Along with a leeching seed. That's like 3 of those now. Not bad. Good chunk of life drain. really do is with is more health or more shield or something, so we don't get squished. Super regeneration as long as I sit perfectly still. We can get all the stuff. What does it want now? 99? Yeah, I don't think that one's happening. I don't think we got anything for the rest of those either. We didn't. We're on 4 times crit modifier now, which is hilarious. And this is close to the last level, so I think we ignore all future shrines and just stick with our 4 times crit bonus. We don't have a lot of crit items. I think we've only got the one, which is the heal on critical hit. But we're more likely to find more of those than we are to get a 4 times modifier again, so... we'll hold on to our crits. I mean, crits are still good, even if they don't have a thing to combo with. He comes from to do so much damage. Would also kill my drone. Outrageous. I like 5 spike strips now. And his music was electric. Oh boy. That's a lot of burst. Okay, let's get out of this bit. See what else is going on in this level. Attack drone. Attack drone. Snooze. If I've got leftover money at the end of the level. Right now, I'm not crazy about them. 6 clover. 2 of those now, that's not bad. Huh, there's just like nothing over here. Except for that really expensive shrine. Chest. Maybe once we've done the teleport and the boss we'll be able to afford it. Toxic beast. So where is she? Only these comparatively harmless bugs spawning up here. You can tolerate that. Until the timer runs down. We probably are going to be able to afford that chest. Nice. Okay, that's time. Let's go hunting. There's just a trillion enemies everywhere because of the mother. I don't know where she actually spawned though, so down here maybe? Yeah. Seems like there aren't actually any enemies over this way. She must be in the bottom of the temple, I guess. Look at that chest and head back there, I suppose. What you got for me? Frost? Not bad. Not as amazing as you'd expect from this 4,000 coin chest. Thankfully. I mean, it's a good item. It's a real good item, but you get it from, like, regular chests. You don't seem to get anything better than normal from the super expensive chest, which seems weird. I think you'd have a good chance of, like, rares or something. Yet another leeching seed. How many of them are adorable tiny piggies? Gonna be all of them. I think there's 47 of them right there. Adorable and will kill you, yes. Just like regular piggies. Yeah, there were so many of them that they almost one-shot me just for being near them. But fortunately I had this big area attack to hit them all. What a way to die though. I didn't realize that 40 pigs could do so much damage in such a short space of time. So they write on my tombstone. Underestimated the power of the pigs. One can do enough damage, yeah, no kidding. Big creatures. Normally fairly well behaved, but... I mean, heck, look at history. Wild boars used to be one of the most difficult and dangerous things to hunt. And pigs are basically just tamed boars. Also, welcome back, Miki. How you doing? I do really like pigs, though. If pet pigs were a thing that sensible people could get a hold of, I'd have pet pigs. But they're just too big to have around the house or the garden. I know you can get like micro pigs, but that's actually really bad for the pig's health. Teacup pigs? Is that the same as a micro pig? I might be thinking about the same thing. They do look adorable, but I think they're illegal in this country because, like, these pigs have been selectively bred to be tiny. Really unhealthy for them, and they don't live very long. Which is quite sad. You have too many animals. What animals have you got? I've got a little bit of a farm myself. Got myself a kitty cat, a rabbit, sorry, 2 rabbits, and a chicken. Cargo 2? Is the top one cargo 1? For some reason I think that they should go up, not down. I guess it must be because there's nothing higher up there. Fourth leeching seed, okay. More dice. I wonder if I have to charge dice up individually. That could be real good. Health. 3 cats and 2 birds, okay. That sounds pretty cool. I'd like to have more cats. Like, if it was up to me, we'd have way more, but I barely get away with having the one that I've got. What kind of birds do you got? Like parrots? Well, probably not full-grown parrot. Those are quite big. I imagine 3 of those would be a handful. That's a really goofy thing that I keep thinking about, though. How awesome would it be to have a parrot behind me while I'm streaming? I just wonder what weird phrase it'd pick up from listening to me stream. And it'd be hilarious to have it shouting things in the background. Don't die, Lumus. A cockatiel and a ringneck. Oh, very nice. The cats aren't pets. Are they the kind of cat that just lives in your garden? The ringneck screams for you. Nice. It's a nice feeling when they show that they want you. My cat's an amateur therapy animal, checking on me when I'm not able to sleep properly. Just pokes a nose at me and asks if everything's cool. Reduces the cooldown of use items. We've already got a really short cooldown on our use items, so that's pretty amazing. 17 seconds on this thing. I can't grumble about that. Follow you around if he could. Yeah, cats are real nice. That's cool. She's not really a very fussy breed of cat, so she doesn't like a lot of attention. But she likes to know that you're there, you know? She doesn't want attention, but she likes company. Like, she'll come and sit next to me in my room. Or just follow me around. Like, if you stroke her, then she won't put up with it for very long. She'll go off and do her own thing. Gets all crowded. But she likes to know that you're there. Get another leeching seed, wow. Yeah. I'd love to have a dog as well. Except that they're a lot of work to take care of them properly, I guess. All the walks and such. And time is always a problem. And again, I don't really get away. I'm not really supposed to have the pets that I've got. Rabbits and the chicken are okay because they're in the garden, but nobody's not keen on me having a house cat. She's a rescuer and she's family now, so I'm not hearing any arguments. I don't think I get away with another one, it's the thing. I bet she'd love the company though. Yeah, it's just mostly just that my dad hates all animals. The only one with the terrible allergies is me. And I'll put up with it. I've got some pretty good allergy medications, but yeah, if I wasn't taking those, then hanging around with Tilly would mess me up pretty bad. Ooh, that's a lot of health all in one go. anything I need along here. Really landing hits on him. There's so many other enemies around. I go all of my drones. I'll stick with what I got. Oh, I really wish my dash was up right now. I don't like where my health's at. Okay, never mind. Some first aid coming in. Where's that scavenger? There we go, we got him. Ah, what? What the heck killed me? Temple guard? Gosh, I didn't think my health was even that low. I thought once we killed the scavenger we'd be okay in there. Man, we made it to the last level. We finally had a really good build on this guy. I feel like we could have taken the boss with this. Man, that's frustrating. I like to have a doggo, but you also love cats. Yeah, I'd like both. Assuming I could get ones that got along with each other. I like dogs a lot, but I think I prefer cats. There's a sense of wonder to them, that they have their own things going on. It's a little treat every time I walk down the stairs and come across her heading the other direction. If I walk into a room and she's there, or I look around and she's on the chair next to me and I didn't even hear her come in. Like she's going around doing her own stuff. It's lots of little happy surprises when I bump into her. They know things, yeah. I thought we were going to get that mercenary run. I felt like I'd finally figured out the mercenary, and we couldn't cement it. Let's have a look at what artifacts we've got. Have we got anything that's fun? Enemies explode on death, characters run faster at lower health. Those aren't really exciting. I feel like maybe I want to do something different for the last hour, but I don't know what. Playing these two characters over and over again is slowly driving me crazy. I feel like playing this game over and over again is slowly driving me crazy. You know, let's have a look at the main menu and see if there's some things we can unlock. Where's the thing that shows you? Oh, here we go. Maybe we can do some of these. Unlock some more items. Die 50 times? I feel like I could pull that one off. 1,000 damage in one shot. Down 20 walls. Complete the first stage in under 5 minutes, we could probably do. Dodge 7 lethal attacks. Sounds difficult. Defeat the third teleport without being hurt once. Wow, those are hard. Stay in shield mode for 5 minutes straight in combat? How is that possible? I guess maybe on the last level? If you just wedge yourself in a corner and fire? Kill the boss with lights out, reset your cooldown 15 times consecutively. 20 consecutive perfect reloads. Clear a path for the survivor. First stage in under 5 minutes. Let's take we'll take the commando. And we'll have a run where we just try and do everything as fast as possible. Okay, got some ginseng. Got some fireworks. Go find that teleporter. Shoot. Didn't want to fall down there. Although I want to fall down anyway, I suppose. Well, I'm about to die. Ooh. Okay, I guess time we move this along. Whoop. Okay. Oh, it dropped a thing. Ring of lightning after killing an enemy. 6 seconds, okay. Doing anything for too long will drive me crazy. You're right, I should spend more time doing nothing. I think that's what's missing from my life. There we go. We unlocked a thing. The lazy life. Yeah, I think it's the nature of this game that you get a lot of failures. And it starts to get to you after a while. Thinking maybe I should actually do it so that I maybe do this for half the session, like 2 hours or so, and then play something else for the other half. I don't know what the other game would be, and also we're doing starting something else next week, so not a good place to be fighting the micro-worm. I don't know. I'd happily play another game like this. Just something that unmelts my mind a little bit, you know? So I love this kind of game, but it also gets to you after a while. Just need something a little different. Like maybe I could do like we do on the Tuesdays. I could play this for a couple hours and then play some retro games or something, I don't know. Oh. 4 hit points, you see that? So that's precision survival right there. But yeah, we should be starting the next Pokemon game this Wednesday. So next Monday we'll be continuing that. So yeah, we'll be taking a break from this for a while in any case. So I guess it'll be fine. It's mostly just because I'm playing the same 2 characters over and over again, you know? So it feels like I'm slamming my head into the same wall. I need to slam my head into multiple different walls to enjoy the experience. Compare and contrast, you know? New Pokemon, yeah. I'm going to be doing something slightly different. We're going to be playing Pokemon Uranium. It's a fan-made game. It's supposed to be really good. Probably supposed to be the best fan-made Pokemon game. And we'll be doing a Nuzlocke of it. So technically be the first Nuzlocke we've done on stream. Normally we do type locks. Because I've already done Nuzlocks on most of the games and I wanted to show you guys something new and challenging. But since this will be pretty much blind, we won't know what we're going into. Seems like a good time to do a regular old Nuzlocke. It's still down there. Where's the teleporter? Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We're also going to have a guest star for it. Asmoth, who does a lot of the YouTube stuff with me. Trying to show up for as many of the streams as possible. So once upon a time we're going to do a Nuzlocke of it together. And we actually started and did a little bit of it, but then we both had no free time. And the whole thing kind of fell apart. So we're hoping now we can do it together on stream. That'd be really cool. Dark Rising. I don't know that one. It's so difficult. Is it in the classic Pokemon game style, or are they doing something weird and interesting with it? If you'd recommend it, I might have to look into it sometime. Drone repair kit. I can't really afford any drones, but I don't have a use item yet, so it's not gonna hurt to take it. The bouncing brain instead then. I'll regret it when I get some really cool drones. Honestly, unless I get a healing drone, I'm not sure drones are worthwhile to really build around. A Game Boy Advance game. Okay. Is that a ROM hack then? Like they took an existing Game Boy Game Pokemon game and rebuilt it into their own? Not very polished, but the story is interesting. Okay. Yeah, I might try it someday then. We'll do a blind Nuzlocke of it. My gosh, the bouncing brain is terrible. Should have stuck with the repair kit, drones or no drones. But yeah, maybe to make a good blind Nuzlocke. Something we can try out. It's similar to the type lock challenges that we've been doing. It's actually what came first. The type lock's a variation on a Nuzlocke. But basically the rules are you catch the first Pokemon you encounter in each area of the game. And if you don't catch it, then you don't get a Pokemon there. And any Pokemon that faints is gone forever. So you build up kind of a very random squad as the game goes on. You try and piece together a skillful team out of it. You've got a limited number of Pokemon to do the whole game. So basically it's a type lock challenge, except instead of catching the first one of each type, you catch the first one in each area. Which tends to get you more Pokemon, but maybe not like a balanced team. You get all kinds of random Pokemon instead of being guaranteed one of each type. You wouldn't recommend a Nuzlocke challenge if I play that one. Well, that sounds like half the fun. Can I do it even though it's insanely hard? The answer is probably no. But we'll find out. I've also seen there's like a Kaizo Pokemon game that's designed to just be ridiculous, and I'd like to blind Nuzlocke that. And I think it would take me a great many blind Nuzlocke to finish it. It'd be a fun thing to keep coming back to, maybe getting a little further each time. Oof. Wow, I looked away for like a second. And it was game over. Nightbot, you killed me. I saw movement, my eyes flickered over there for just a second. And in that time I bought the farm. Admittedly, I shouldn't have glanced at chat whilst launching my attack on that group. Might have been on me. I was probably going to die soon anyway, because with no items. I was getting melted at that point. But still, it was Nightbot's fault. Everybody shunned Nightbot. We unlocked some kind of pocket watch anyway. Had to revive your Pokemon a lot. I'll have to have a look at it and see, but I'd really like to do a Nuzlocke challenge of it, from what you say about it. Do you know what generation it is? Is it Generation 3? Wait, what? Level 100 and still dying? I never played a Pokemon game where you need to be above, like, level 60. Okay, that is kind of crazy. Maybe Dark Rising would wreck me. You drown a wall. When Pokemon levels are crazy as you progress. Okay. So I'd have to play it quite safe in a Nuzlocke. Sounds like that'd be a lot of grinding though. That's unfortunate. Alright, what things here can we do? "20,000 feet using the hydraulic gauntlet." Maybe we can do that? Debris shield, hydraulic gauntlet, knuckle boom. Oh, this has got the cool lightning rod ability. 20 consecutive reloads. I feel like I'm too clumsy to pull that one off. Even though it's something you could probably do super easily just by practicing on the first level. Okay. Well, it's cumulative, right? So as long as we play this guy and occasionally use that ability, we'll get slightly further. What's the other thing I had to accomplish with this guy? I've already forgotten. It's the grappling hook and there's something else. Everything is so tiny in this game. Yeah. It's very zoomed out. All these miniature friends. Oh. So one of the things, it does make really close-up fights hard for me to track. Which makes it difficult for me to dodge big attacks. Oh, I think the other one was killed the overcharged plasma, the overcharged lava worm, just presumably the electric version. So that just means play as this guy until we encounter that one, I guess. That one's mostly going to be just luck. Okay, some barbed wire. It's a really good shrine, so I feel like we're going to have to go up there again when we've got more money. Yeah, the big lava worm thing. I think there's a lightning version of it. So yeah, I think the other mission for this guy is to kill the lightning version of that thing. But if it doesn't show up, then we can't kill it. So we just have to play this guy a bunch of times until we see it. Oh, I think I'm stuck down here. I don't know how you get a lightning version of a magma worm. I don't think magma typically conducts electricity. Maybe he's full of iron ore or something? Throw it in water or bury it, yeah. I mean, it digs, so I don't think burying it would work, but chucking it in lava? That'd be pretty sweet. Just away with you. Enough! This guy is actually a lot of fun with his grappling hook and his lightning pillars. I don't think he's the super powerful character, but he's fun. Get up there. I've already been up there, actually. It's a good question. I mean, it looks like it's made of lava, but does it just live in lava? Maybe it just lives in lava, and it looks like it's burning hot because it's, you know, normally surrounded by lava. Oh, here's the fella right now. Ask him what his deal is. Excuse me, sir, could you justify your existence, please? We're frankly quite confused. Lure him into the lightning, that'd be kinda nice. Oh good, shows up just as the lightning wears off. Whoa, I was expecting that. If it turns out if you grappling hook somebody who's moving very fast, then you end up moving very fast in the same direction. Who could have seen that coming? Completely unpredictable. I mean, how was I supposed to know? Do we heal outside of combat? It's useful to have at least one of these items. Whoop. Yeah, the magma worm looked like it went all cold and stone-like when it died, so maybe it's covered in like a protective coating of lava to keep it warm on the surface. And once we shot through that layer, it froze solid. Supposed to know everything? I don't like being supposed to know everything. It seems like something I'd... What the heck just happened there? Oh, I know what happened there. I've got an item that occasionally one-hit kills an enemy. The brief spot where I did like 1 million damage to an enemy was when I hit them with that. Yes, King must know everything. Well, we got a squib. Worse items to get. Maybe we leave that teleporter. I think I hit my head on the ceiling there. That probably hurt a lot. Where my insta-kill move is missing. Is it activating on punches that don't hit the enemy? Is that cat supposed to look scared? I thought that was the really angry cat. Huh, it's called Scaredy Cat. Well, I'll be. Yeah, I've been thinking of that as the Miki is angry with me face. It definitely looks more like an angry cat than a scared cat. See, I'm in for it now kind of look. Yeah, stood still healing. It's not reliable. I can't see how much that chest costs because of the grass growing over the price. I'll probably have to come back to it. Okay, see what's up here. And here's the teleporter. I don't think there's anything else in this level. You might as well activate it and go hang around near that that last chest, I guess. Oh look, another magma worm. I swear, I get nothing but magma worms lately. The game has forgotten that it has other bosses. Ancient lava swimmer. I don't know how you swim in lava. I mean, lava's kind of heavy. Like, you would have to be ridiculously strong to swim through lava. You'd also have to be ridiculously heavy yourself. Like, you won't sink in lava. You'd have to dig more than anything. Oh cool, we got the Ring of Lightning. That in the wrong direction. It's actually quite appropriate for this character, right? And I guess it gets bigger every time you kill an enemy. That's actually pretty fun. Disappears if you go too long without killing something. Did I not put down the other one? There we go. Once this lightning aura gets going, it does some really horrific things. You don't want it mad at you. like it's getting quite dark outside. What I'm going to do is just go and close the door on the animals. And when I come back, we'll play out this run, and then I'll have to go. So be back in just a moment, everybody. Alright. Rabbits and chicken all tucked up in bed. The cat's still prowling the house, looking for amusement. She won't sleep until I do. Got our routine. You can get a lot of money for that. Killed quite a few of them with that laser. That lightning. The laser in a really weird way there. Laser. I think it's because I was trying to say lightning and laser at the same time. Snuggling themselves up together. They're both still out, which surprised me. It's gotten quite dark out there, but they do like the evening air. Makes me feel a little bad about putting them in, but I worry about leaving them out at night if foxes or an aggressive cat shows up or something. Like, they're inside a run, but I just worry. I'm a worrywart by nature. If there's something to worry about, I'll worry about it. Whoop. I wanted the golden gun. Yeah. Whoop. Look at my health. Oh, I got a state to be in. Plant this healing fungus real quick. Where did I get a missile drone? I don't remember buying a drone. But yeah, they'll be fine. They were sprawled out on the step on the entrance to their hutch, so I just shooed them inside. We'll go curl up together now, I'm sure. Chicken pretty much takes care of herself. Makes her own way to bed. I just gotta click the door shut after her. Sick of my quibs. Yeah, Tilly's got herself a strict nighttime routine these days. She'll usually hang around in the conservatory until I go to bed, and she follows me up and sits on my wardrobe. Where she can stare judgmentally at me as I fail to sleep. Making pretty much that face that you keep posting, Nikki. Idiot. Sleeping is easy. I do it all the time. That's the one. Every time I roll over or grumble or anything, I get that face. Humans just need to follow my, need to follow the simple two-step cat plan to perfect sleep. Step 1, lie down literally anywhere. Step 2, be asleep. All it takes, humans. Oh. I was zoning out. I didn't. We died there. I didn't see our health go down. I feel like the health bar needs to be in a more prominent position in this game. It's like tucked away in the small print right at the bottom. If it was like all the way across the top of the screen, to be easy to keep an eye on when you're injured. As it is, with all the healing and the damaging going in and out, you kind of end up in stasis until suddenly you're not in stasis and you don't even notice until you die. I'm utterly oblivious to my health bar going down in this game. It's really hard to keep track of. Yeah, if only. I know people who sleep well, and it seems like a superpower to me. You're telling me they just lie down and go to sleep, like, instantly? And then they wake up in the morning and feel happy and cheerful? What witchcraft is this? That's outright voodoo. How can a person use such dark magic? Think of all the time it would save. Only fall asleep at 3 AM. And before I got my sleeping tablets, I was a mess. Like, I fell asleep later every night, so I just cycled all the way around through the day over and over. Falling asleep at different times, just getting later and later. Like, I'd fall asleep at 3 AM one night, then 5 AM the next night, then 7 AM the next. And it was just a mess. My sleeping tablets were like the only reason I was able to function in society. Although I've reached a point where I don't seem to need them as much. I'm hoping to come off of them long term. Like, it's going to take a long time to do it, but my sleep's settled down a little more. I don't sleep good by normal people standards. But by me standards, I sleep a lot better. But yeah, back when I used to do this, I used to work night shift for a while, and it was a horrible job, and I hated everything about it, and made me miserable. Except for the fact that it was a night shift job, so I could sleep during the day. And, I just always found it so much easier sleeping in the day than at night. I don't know if my body clock is, like, messed up. Doesn't know what hour it's supposed to go to sleep. Yeah. Got my sympathies, Miki. I've been there, and quite often I'm still there. Don't feel tired until way too late at night. Take forever to fall asleep, wake up a whole bunch at night. Then if you're anything like me, as a result of all that, you end up, like... Overlaying implies you got too much sleep, but you stay in bed for longer than you planned to, because you're trying to make up for the sleep that you missed. Sleep better in daylight too. Yeah, maybe we are vampires. Maybe we need to start drinking blood and see if it makes us feel better. To be fine, it's in the name of science. But yeah, I went on tablets for a while, and they sort of taught my brain how, like, what the proper time was for sleeping, I guess, and it seems to have stuck. No thanks. Yeah, I don't know that I'd be into it either. I mean, I'm actually a vegetarian, so I think drinking blood is probably technically out for me. Although I suppose if you don't kill the person, it's only like drinking milk or something. I'm vegetarian, not vegan. Hey Lady Meow, adjudicate for me real quick. Is drinking human blood vegetarian? I know you said something about a study where a bunch of people lived underground for a while. Yeah, longer than like 24 hours anyway. They had similar problems on the ISS, I think. Or it might have been an earlier space station. Where it was a relatively early space station with 3 people on it, and they all fell into different sleep cycles. Only one of them kept a 24-hour sleep cycle, the others had much longer. And as a result, they quite often wake up at different times to each other and spend all day on their own because all the others were sleeping, and they got quite depressed. So I think they actually designed the ISS to have a day and night schedule, just to avoid that happening. Yeah, humans aren't designed to live on a planet with a 24-hour day. It probably worked okay back in the old days, before you had lights in your rooms. When it would get real dark and you'd just chill out in the front of the campfire for a while and then just doze off. Blood from humans would only be vegetarian if you subscribe to school of thought that cows are vegetables because they eat grass. I do not subscribe to that school of thought, but like, if you don't kill the human, if you just drain some blood from them and drink it, is that any different to drinking milk from a cow? I suppose my rule is it has to not hurt the animal. Like, if you cut off a cow's leg and cooked it for me, and the cow was still alive, that's still not vegetarian to me. Maybe you understood the question? Maybe. I'm not sure I understood the question. fair. Being a vampire and biting people for their blood is probably not vegetarian. It might be vegetarian if you like use a proper blood transfusion kit. Like from a blood donor. Maybe I'd get away with that one. Yeah, I think my rule is that it has to not hurt the animal. I'm not opposed to working animals like cows and chickens, but you know, they've got to be treated under good conditions. That is a little weird. Why did you bring it up? Anyway, how are you doing, Lady Meow? You showed up just as I'm leaving, I'm afraid. Well, I don't know. It's too late to start another run. That run ended a little earlier than I expected. We're just chatting right now, I guess. Yeah, so no harvesting humans, okay. Roll that out. But you're the one who suggested we were both vampires, Miki. That's like what vampires are most famous for. Yeah, so blood don't... So I'm glad we've worked this out, just in case I do ever turn into a vampire. Drinking blood direct from the human, not cool. Drinking blood from blood donations, absolutely fine. Oh, you still say it's not vegetarian? Okay. He did not mention blood. Okay, we can just be vampires that don't drink blood. We'll be two people who stay awake all night and sleep all day. As we do now. Therefore proving that we are vampires. A vampire is now defined as people who do things that we do. The main part of meat is blood? Ick. How do people eat meat? That's gross. I don't want to eat a food that's mostly blood. Weirdly, drinking blood weirds me out less than eating a food that has blood in it. Yeah, that's really weird. I don't get that people are into that stuff. But okay. So so blood is flesh-like stuff and therefore is automatically not vegetarian. I will concede this one. That's gonna make life really difficult if I ever become a vampire. Can you get all natural blood substitutes? Like you can replace milk with like oat milk and almond milk and rice milk and coconut milk, to list off some of the milks that we've ended up trying in this house. Maybe there's some plant you can mush up into something that's blood-like. Don't find undercooked meat appealing. Yeah, cook your food properly, especially if it's meat. That's just toxic. That's how you get diseases. Probably have to take vitamins or something. I'd probably have to take like iron supplements. Beetroot juice, huh? That's the texture though, it's the nutrients I'd need as a vampire, right? I don't actually know what vampires get out of blood. Beetroot juice with iron supplements? Maybe stuff that people take for anemia? Probably contains stuff that you'd need to make good blood. I feel like becoming a vampire would have a lot of health issues. I'm going to have to think more about this before I make any final decisions. Beetroots and iron vitamins and put them in a blender. Vegetarian vampire life. Yeah, the lack of vitamin D. Vitamin D would be a difficult one, yeah. 'Cause the main place you get that that's not in sunlight is fish. And obviously I'm a vegetarian. They come with health issues, but they aren't human anyway. I mean, that's just gonna make it more difficult. Like, is the average doctor at the ED gonna know how to treat somebody who's not human? Excuse me, sir, I got staked through the heart. Can you, maybe draw a pentagram or something? I don't know what you need to do. You're the doctor around here. How do you fix a vampire? Don't think vampires would need healthcare? They probably heal from most things on their own, I guess. It's mostly their diet that we're concerned with. They just kind of magically heal from injuries in a lot of the stories. A pole, yeah. If their head is half severed or something, yeah. Please don't vote twice, Lady Meow. You did that once and it caused mayhem. That's probably how we ended up with the Heracross. I don't actually remember now. What? What's the vote on currently? Okay. 3 votes for Skyrim, 2 for Fallout, 1 for The Witcher right now. How bad can it be to vote twice? Wouldn't be so bad these days. Breaking tradition. Is it just tradition now that Lady Meow always gets to vote twice? You know how much I love bizarre traditions. Fine, you can vote twice. According to tradition, in the failing out-of-states government elections, after the vote is held, Lady Meow wins. Look at that! President for life, Lady Meow wins the election again. So that the first poll is fair, it's not throwing the statistics if it happens every time. Sure, I suppose it's predictable. I suppose it's predictable at least. Yeah, it looks like everybody's really into Skyrim. Maybe wasn't expecting that. Thought it'd be a little more even. Okay, that's cool. I can work with that. How's your evening been, Lady Meow? Have you had a good day? It's nice to catch you right at the end. Pretty by Ood? I mean, I never thought the Ood from Doctor Who were that pretty, but you know, I'm not going to judge your tastes. Pretty good, okay. Add music practice, nice. Oh yeah, we've got the event coming up. A week on Saturday, I think. Losing my voice. I think you said. I will probably be going for that if I can. Yeah, it's gonna be good. I feel like I think I've been to that one before. So it's tradition. I think I went there last year to see you play, so it's tradition now. Yeah, cool. You've got 2 slots, so... Okay, so you're doing like 2 separate performances? Oh, at 2 different venues, cool. Two different venues, both named the same thing. Are they also both in the same place? Are you just booked at the same venue twice? Has there been a mix-up? Different to the last venue, okay. The last venue was the tiny place, right? With the, I think that was the one that had the really weird bathrooms. Like, every inch of them was covered in, like, news articles and weird stuff. Yeah, send me a message about it. Tiny? Yeah, it was like a micro pub or something, right? It was in somebody's living room. It wasn't tiny, but it wasn't a big place. It wasn't like a full-size pub. You're about to tell me you played tinier, I suppose. Oh yeah, we got those weird pencils there. Still got that lying around somewhere. I don't know where it's gone. We've moved since then. But I'm sure I've got it somewhere. Played tinier. Originally a shop? I guess I can see that. Yes. One time you played in a disused elevator. You had to sit on one of the other musicians' shoulders just so there was room. Yeah, pencil, Miki. I don't even know what the story was about it, but they went up to the bar and they came back and handed me a pencil. And also had pencils for themselves. I guess the shop just does souvenir pencils? Like hand-carved, I think it was. I guess the owner probably like carves these pencils with figures into them, and then just on the big events everybody gets a pencil. And then they go home and think, I got this pencil at the music thing, I should probably go there again. That makes sense. Every time I use this pencil, I'll think that I should go and get a drink. The ground floor of a 2-up, 2-down house. Bar takes up half of one room. Okay. Is that the tiniest one? I'll have to compare the two venues you're at this time then, see if they're smaller. Sorry, real sleepy. I'm gonna have to head off soon. But yeah, real cool that you're doing two venues this time. Double gig. Hopefully I'll be able to catch them both. You have to send me the times when you've got them. Oh, knocking things over. Alright, yeah. I better get some sleep. Both of you are getting on at me about my sleep now. Yeah, I should really get to bed. I'm dozing off at the computer here. Thank you for watching though. Thank you for joining me here at the end, Lady Meow, and thanks for being with me here all tonight, Miki. Thank you both for the company and for sitting and chatting with me for a while. It's kind of nice. We finished the last game like half an hour ago. We've just been chilling here chatting. It's kind of cozy. So yeah, thank you for that. Alright. Good night, everybody. Thank you for being here. And, so Wednesday is going to be when we start the Pokemon stream. The next Pokemon stream. So next Monday will also be Pokemon. And tomorrow we'll be doing Demon Souls in the afternoon. And Casual Retro Night in the evening. So yeah, I hope to see you guys there. Thank you again for being here. You've been great. Get some quality sleep. I'll try. But I may have to end up getting some discount sleep instead, depending on how costly it looks. But yeah, have a good night, both of you. I hope you both sleep well. And see you both again. Good night, everybody.